Charity Dingle has endured an emotional ordeal after finally confessing everything to Mackenzie Boyd. She reveals the truth about baby Leyla's real parentage, admits to her one-night stand with Ross Barton, and tells him about Dr. Todd's blackmail and assault. Furious, Mack confronts Todd, but she attempts to manipulate him into doubting Charity's account. A flash-forward then reveals Todd lying dead, leaving several villagers under suspicion for her murder. Elsewhere, Kyle continues to struggle with his emotions. After discovering what really happened on the night of the Valentine's Day limo crash that claimed his mother Amy's life, he heads to Home Farm and confronts Joe Tate while armed with a gun. At the same time, newcomer Serena Sugden continues to attract attention by asking probing questions about her late relative, serial killer John Sugden. Although Mack recently discovered the full truth, Ross still has no idea, despite noticing that his friend has been acting strangely. This week, Mack asks Ross to help with work at the farm, but it soon becomes obvious that something is troubling him. Ross cautiously tries to find out whether everything is okay between them, and after Mack insists there are no problems, they carry on with the job together. As they begin unloading heavy bags from a trailer, Mack's growing resentment towards Ross finally boils over. A heated confrontation breaks out on the barn's mezzanine, and during the struggle, Ross is sent crashing over the edge. Meanwhile, D.S. Reed arrives in the village to question Vanessa about Todd, explaining that a serious allegation has been made against her former partner. The encounter leaves Vanessa deeply unsettled, prompting her to search for answers. Concerned about Charity's well-being, Mack contacts Vanessa to ask whether she has seen her. Meanwhile, Charity takes a positive step in her recovery by attending a support group for rape survivors. Elsewhere, Serena quickly hides the research on her laptop from Robert and Vanessa. Vanessa later tells Moira that Serena has been asking questions about John, prompting Moira to warn Robert that Serena must never discover the truth. Kev then suddenly realizes where he recognizes Serena from and shares the revelation with Robert, while Aaron remains deeply suspicious of the newcomer. The following day, Robert is knocked unconscious by a runaway farm trailer while walking through a field. Aaron becomes convinced it is no coincidence that Serena was nearby when it happened. He and Chas decide to keep a close watch on her and are stunned by what they eventually uncover. Meanwhile, Gabby grows frustrated when Dawn asks her and Billy to postpone telling the children about their relationship. However, she is grateful when Billy supports her during a disagreement with Laurel over her unhealthy food choices. Clemmy later catches Gabby and Billy sharing a kiss, leaving her with questions for Dawn. Although Clemmy appears willing to accept the relationship, Dawn finds it much harder to come to terms with the situation. Gabby's anxieties around food also escalate when she removes Thomas from a friend's birthday party after seeing what is being served. Elsewhere, Nicola asks Ross how things are progressing with their Kev problem, and Ross reassures her that everything has been sorted. Despite this, Nicola begins worrying about Lewis, especially after he makes a major decision. She is then left speechless when she discovers Lewis has recruited Kev to join him at the café, leaving Lewis wondering whether he has made the right choice. Chas is stunned to learn that Charity has finally told Mack the truth about Leyla's parentage. Fearing Sarah could soon discover the secret, the pair agree they must do everything possible to keep it hidden. As Charity and Chas discuss their next move, Charity nearly opens up about her rape, but the moment is interrupted when Liam arrives alongside a drunken Mack. Elsewhere, Caleb asks Kerry to accompany Billy on a delivery, while Noah tells Mack he is thinking about applying for jobs overseas. Jimmy also decides to dodge work so he can sneak away for a round of golf with Manpreet. Emmerdale viewers are already sharing theories about who killed Dr. Caitlin Todd after dramatic flash-forward scenes revealed her lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. Todd, a respected surgeon, returned to the village earlier this year as Jacob Sugden's supervisor at the hospital. However, her professional reputation quickly crumbled as she subjected the trainee doctor to relentless bullying, deliberately undermining his confidence and piling extra responsibilities onto him. After targeting Jacob, Todd shifted her attention to Charity Dingle. She discovered that baby Leyla, believed to be Sarah and Jacob's child through surrogacy, was actually conceived during Charity's one-night stand with Ross Barton. Armed with the secret, Todd began blackmailing Charity. In a recent episode, Todd kissed an intoxicated Charity, who immediately rejected the advance before falling asleep on the sofa, assuming Todd had left the house. Instead, Todd noticed the empty wine bottle and stood over Charity, insulting her before carrying out a horrifying assault. Charity woke to realize what was happening and desperately pleaded with Todd to stop, as she struggled to comprehend the traumatic ordeal. Although Charity reported the attack to the police, investigators lacked enough evidence to pursue the case, allowing Todd to leave for a new job in Sheffield. More recently, Charity finally confessed everything to her partner, Mackenzie Boyd. She admitted the truth about her night with Ross, revealed that Leyla was his daughter, and opened up about Todd's blackmail and assault. Mack and newcomer Serena Sugden both encouraged Charity to report the blackmail, but police explained the blackmail investigation would have to be handled separately from the assault case. Unable to contain his anger, Mack was urged by Kev Townsend to confront Todd in Sheffield. During their meeting, Todd insisted the encounter with Charity had been consensual before bringing up baby Leyla, a comment that pushed Mack to breaking point. After calling security to remove him, Todd confidently declared that no jury would ever believe Charity and that she would never be convicted. The episode ended with a shocking flash-forward showing Todd dead on the floor, suggesting someone had finally taken revenge on the soap's latest villain. Earlier in the episode, viewers were left emotional during a heartbreaking exchange between Charity and Ryan. Overwhelmed by the pressure of keeping Leyla's true parentage secret while dealing with the aftermath of her assault, Charity lashed out at her son. When Ryan asked what he had done wrong, Charity coldly replied, "You were born," leaving him devastated before she walked away to find Mack. Mother and son later reconciled after Charity apologized, but Todd's apparent murder has sparked fresh speculation that Ryan could be responsible. Ryan has been a familiar face in the village since arriving in 2018, when it was revealed he was Charity Dingle's long-lost son. His birth was the result of Charity's rape by corrupt police officer Mark Bales when she was only 14 years old, and his story has since been linked to several major storylines, including Charity's legal battle against his biological father. Ryan also found happiness with Gail Lohman after their friendship turned into a romance. However, the couple recently accepted that their relationship had run its course, with Gail deciding to leave the village and begin a new chapter in Devon. Following Todd's death, many fans now believe Ryan could be the mystery killer. Writing on Reddit, one fan suggested, "I think it'll be Ryan. He'll overhear a conversation as Charity is weirdly talking about it right next to the bar, and he'll snap." Another viewer shared a similar theory, writing, "I'm thinking Ryan finds out, confronts Todd, and during a struggle ends up pushing her down the stairs." Emmerdale is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1, while new episodes are available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.